his second 20-point game for the 19-year-old. And Richardson takes away from the bobbled pass from Harden. They're a whole different team right now.
Yep.
Harden slides it over to Embiid. His pass underneath is picked off. He missed the opportunity. Jakob gives to Richardson. Keldon Johnson finally gets a shot up, rattles out, Pirtle the rebound. This is the putback, and Embiid comes away with it. This is the putback, and Embiid comes away with it.
That fresh haircut from Jakob. Just notice that. Maybe that threw him out of balance.
Something's got this game out of balance.
Well, you can see early on, Bill, that they're just trying to show Joel Embiid a wall of defenders.
And Keita beats Diop, drains the three.
Johnson, jump stop, floater, short, Embiid.
Undecided if he's going to get into coaching and how grateful he was for the contributions that San Antonio made toward him as Johnson gets the bucket.
Tucker's a physical defender, and somehow Keldon able to be even more physical on that penetration to get that ball to drop. And there he is on the defensive end.
Nice steal. Inside, Collins, no! Johnson goes back up.
And there he is on the defensive end.
Nice steal. Inside, Collins, no! Johnson goes back up. Well, if it's going to get physical, I want Stanley in.
Yeah, me too, I'm telling you. He's not afraid of anybody.
Collins
there you
turns
go.
around, says, hey, I'm open.
Hyped up, we're all salivating. Won that game at Indiana, at Philly. Gave Minnesota all they could handle. Should have beaten them twice there. Guys started off early. It's important as anybody on their ball club just provides a huge spark off the bench and takes a lot of pressure off those two with his offense.
Blake Wesley gives it up to Collins. It's saved by Johnson.
Takes a lot of pressure off those two with his offense.
Blake Wesley gives it up to Collins. It's saved by Johnson. To Keldon Johnson. Again, back from Collins. Keldon gets nifty to avoid Embiid.
Yeah.
7 on the shot clock. Keldon recognizes it. Milton comes away with it. Johnson has it up going off the back.
Working off screens, turning the corner, picking up that foul. Had a couple and ones. I forget who we played on.
Maxey exits with 13. Keldon Johnson gets both free throws. 3:14 remaining. Branham again. Back out to Keldon. Johnson for 3 off the iron.
And had a hitch in that shot. You see that?
Inside the final minute. Johnson and a blocking foul to boot. Another and one for the Spurs. A sore foot coming into this one. Joel.
I mean, a big guy like that, though, if he goes vertical, just keeps his hands up.
Spurs down a dozen. 34 seconds to go. And Harden draws the foul on Stanley Johnson, and Stanley.
Several players. A little bit of contact to get is all you need.
Tied at 26 at the end of the first quarter.
That's right.
Top of the Eastern Conference picture. They're number 3 coming in tonight. Keldon Johnson gets a left hand hook to go.
Yeah, he's going to develop into one of those guys, Bill, that he's going to be able to get buckets at will.
Embiid the miss. Keldon Johnson wins the rebound battle with Melton. Poked away by Melton. Harden serves it up. And the two-hand dunk.
The pace of the game. Guys are no longer wearing, you're not seeing traditional high tops anymore. I don't know if that, every game you're seeing guys that are, they're turning their ankles. We've seen that more often than I've ever seen. Well, they're certainly playing like a contender.
Johnson and then Pirtle. 3rd all-time in made threes behind Steph Curry and Ray Allen. Johnson. Now Wilson left to match up against Harris. Embiid again. Johnson gives it up. And the score from Branham. Embiid again. Johnson gives it up. And the score from Branham. Off to Malachi Branham, 9 on the shot clock.
Uh-oh, don't do that. It's going to be slick.
And Embiid needs the break.
Better check for fleas in there.
Johnson on the drive. Stanley scores.
Because he could have easily thrown that one down.
Got 30, 3 below his average. Stanley Johnson from Jordan McDermott. Collins gives to Keldon. Ahead to Stanley Johnson. Back to Keldon Johnson. Shovels it off. There is Zach Collins. That's how you go at Embiid. 21-point deficit.
It felt like 3 threes.
Is it? Yes.
Around the bucket.
I'm getting to see it firsthand this year, the first full year that we're traveling. Tyrese leaves it for Montrez, who misses the bunny.
The Sixers just cooking. And we talked about Maxey earlier in the telecast. That's man one.
I think so. Stanley Johnson. 65% in his first 25 games as a Spur. So 4 double-figure games. 73 and a half, and more importantly, 43 in a quarter. We'll get you there. Isaiah Roby.
Get just some kind of something. I mean, a bump, anything.
Stanley Johnson. Johnson.
Oh, good physical there.
Pulls his way in. And one. Sent it to the line.
Contact.
3-point play for Stanley Johnson.
Pop didn't like that one. You want to force Niang toward the baseline and stood in the middle of the floor. We'd made it look easy.
Johnson to Roby. Isaiah stopped.
Yeah.
Got him for 2.
He got physical there, too. You see that power dribble right into Niang, backs him up.
The scramble, and Philly unfortunately gets another opportunity. Johnson gives it up to Wesley with 5. Puts it up and in.
The youngsters know how to play.